Correction, 2:51 this afternoon, we had a report of fire in the building that you see behind us, number 867 Bridge Street. The companies arrived, they found a heavy fire condition with fire coming out first, second floors and extending. The wind was blowing from Bridge Street up towards the hill, and it carried fire and embers up up over the 3-story building and 2 adjacent streets, Wachusett Street and also May Street, which is 2 blocks up.
Can you walk us through some of the damage that we're seeing here? Can you walk us through some of the damage that we're seeing?
So the primary fire building behind us has extensive damage. You have damage, heat damage and water damage to the buildings on both sides of this building. You have 2 buildings on Wachusett Street, numbers 12 and 14. You've got heavy damage to number 34 May and number 38 May Street.
Chief, anybody injured?
2 firefighters were transported to the hospital with heat exhaustion and smoke inhalation.
How many buildings in all caught fire?
So far, we know of 6.
So, Chief, talk to us about what this was like to fight, because, you know, we've been here for hours and you still see, even though you're dousing it with water, flames popping up.
So it was a very bad day, a dry day with the wind moving up the hill, and the flaming embers that come off of the building at that particular point, once the roof and the upper areas start to break down, they start flying and traveling along the wind and making contact with the other roofs. And that's what ended up happening. The first couple of alarms of apparatus that got here had to start splitting up and going to different streets until we started to get everything under control.
Some of the residents said they saw the trees or bushes out front catch fire, then the porch go up, and then they heard the smoke detector.
We heard that report as well. The fire's under investigation.
Can you tell us a little bit about the challenges for the water pressure when you're fighting this many fires?
Yeah, so water pressure, the water lines itself within the city are generally smaller as you go up the side streets. As soon as you start pulling from a bunch of hydrants in close proximity, water pressure starts to drop. The larger guns that you saw in operation from the aerials, they require a lot of water, generally 1,000 gallons per minute at the tip. Water was challenging at this location and also at the May Street location, but we were able to work with what we had.
How long do you guys see yourselves being here tonight?
Companies will be here on Bridge Street at least another 3-4 hours.
What would you say, I mean, the fact that 2 firefighters were injured, obviously, but what is your reaction to the fact that there were no other injuries here?
We're very lucky. We're very lucky with the wind blowing as it did up the hill. It could have been 12, 15 buildings.
Did residents help you? We've heard some reports that residents helped when they got here.
So initially we had to get residents out of a whole series of buildings from Bridge Street going all the way up, Wachusett May, and also June Street, which we were keeping an eye on those buildings as well to make sure that the wind wasn't bringing firebrands up in that location. The police department did a great job canvassing the streets and checking all of the roofs for us. And then they helped us do the evacuations, getting animals and people out of the different houses.
How many people would you say?
So we're looking at least 25 right now, but there's a couple of units in a few different buildings we still have to get into. Probably in excess of 30.
And you said 25 people displaced, I'm sorry.
At least 25 displaced. But there's still a few units in different buildings that we have not gotten full counts on. All the buildings have been searched, so we're not talking about missing people, but we have to go through on each building and check each unit.
I understand a woman said she had a couple of cats that maybe didn't make it out. Is that your understanding here at this scene?
That's the first report of the cats. I know we pulled dogs out of a bunch of buildings up on Wachusett Street.
What is your advice to residents now as you guys try and handle the rest of this?
Well, you have to remember that we've been in a drought situation for a couple of years now, and we're in a very dry season at this particular point. People shouldn't be smoking outside and discarding careless cigarettes. You got to watch your grills, especially when you have windy conditions like this. You could very easily catch the side of a building going, and you can see from the buildings here, they're in very close proximity. A significant fire in between them, and they're both going very rapidly.
This wind is going to continue all night long.
Yes.
What does that say for your firefighters who have spent hours, at least at this?
Yeah, they're going to be tired. They're going to be tired. But there's all kinds of fires going on in the western part of the state. I think you'll see more of that, especially as the brush fire season kicks off, because it's very dry this year.
And Chief, one of the residents said someone discarded a cigarette. You just mentioned something like that. Is that what you guys think happened here?
Fire's under investigation. Nice try, though.
How are your guys? They were treated for heat exhaustion. Are they going home tonight?
Well, that's my next stop, is to go and check the guys at the hospital, see how they're doing. Most of these guys had to be rehabbed several times over. I want to thank all the companies that came in from the different surrounding areas. I don't think I could list them all, but we had them from as far away as Salem, New Hampshire, south all the way to Burlington. And they've all been great at helping us get control of this.
There's 5 alarms?
5 alarms, yep.
You said 6 buildings. Is this the worst of it?
This is the worst building. This is the fire building of origin right here.
How are you doing right now, Holmes?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Thanks, Chief. Thank you.